So how's the dawning?
It took me about an hour and a half to find my oven, so there's that.
It's in the same place it is every year.
Yeah,
It took me about an hour and a half to find my oven, so there's that.
yeah. It literally hasn't changed. Hasn't gotten a version.
Oh
bump,
no!
nothing.
It has changed. We
You
don't
can-
have
Oh
to.
my god!
No, we don't have to go through the rigmarole of learning a new cookie to bake before you can masterwork it now. If you've already had it masterworked, they have changed it. You can just click the button now.
That is
It's
true.
a button.
I could just masterwork it day one. So there is that. Have I done anything beyond that? Not really, but I have it.
It's the dawning. I don't know what else you expected.
Oh, absolutely nothing. I expected to bake cookies, and that's really
Take
it.
lives.
Just
I'm
bake
here to
cookies.
bake cookies and take lives, and I'm all out of dough.
Exactly.
Yeah. That seems right.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. Dedicated in bringing you all the latest information, news, and opinions. This is the best show for new and veteran Guardians alike, where we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you succeed and enjoy playing even more. So with all that said, let me hand you over to your hosts, the Triumph Hunting Titan Night Demon, the pink-panted pansy Hiroti, and your Hunter Master Agent, Mr. No One Respawns in Real Life!
So yeah, welcome to the show this week. This
Hi.
is the dawning episode of the show. Well, it's the dawning of a new era for Destiny. We are
This is
moving
the
slowly.
Wait of the year. Actually, ever. Not of the year, ever, right? Yeah. What?
What?
Huh?
It's the last This Week in Destiny that they're going to do for this year.
Yes, sir.
But there will be more coming in 2024.
Not if they keep doing what they're doing.
No, I'm sure there will be more. But yeah, hello.
Hi.
Night Demon.
Hi, Demon.
That's Respawn.
I respawn.
Hiding in my backpack is Parody.
Present.
President.
Nope, just present.
Presents.
In the
Lots of
backpack.
presents. Yeah.
I'm the present to his Santa
What?
Claus.
Yes.
Oh dear.
I'm just here on the sleigh waiting to be delivered.
It has been another one of those weeks in Destiny, hasn't it? How
Yep.
far have you guys got with the story this week? Have you done any story, or have you just gone into Gambit and done Gambit things?
Yes and
Uh,
yes.
Yes, story. Yes, Gambit. Just started dawning.
I did the story and I delivered my first 3 cookies for the quest and the dawning, and then played random Gambit to earn the materials to get my cookie materials. And that's all I've done. And was like, oh, look, it's a story with this mission that seemed very familiar to me, that the internet told me I had played many, many years ago. And they
Yes.
were right.
Now, were you upset that you had to play recycled content from many years ago? Let's face it. I mean, it is a copy and paste because everything is exactly the same apart from the end dialogue, which they've added.
Because Destiny?
So for me, being upset would have involved 1, remembering that Dreaming City existed, and 2, remembering that I had played that quest before. It seemed vaguely familiar, but if you had asked me where or when or who or how, I would have gone, yeah, probably at some point.
Yeah.
It's Destiny. It's a looter shooter. You do everything 1,000 times. Did I remember it was a quest from Forsaken for something that is now sunset? No, until the internet started screaming about it. Yeah, it's a looter shooter. That's what it's there for. To loot and to shoot and to play again. I'm not looking for deep understanding and meaning in my silly weekly seasonal content.
Respawn, are you upset?
I mean, am I upset that Destiny is doing Destiny things like Destiny's always done? Not really.
No.
It's to be expected.
Yeah, I mean, we've
I'm
had
disappointed.
We've had
but
it
not
many,
upset.
many a times, haven't we? Do you remember in Destiny 1, House of Wolves, where they just reversed the strikes and you went backwards through the strikes to do a different mission? Do you remember that?
What? They would never do something like that. They're all about original content.
And I am totally surprised that we haven't had that in Destiny 2. Not that I can remember. We haven't gone reverse of a strike, have we yet?
It's because it's too much work for them. They would literally recycle content and not reverse it, because reversing requires work. Reversing requires someone to do a thing, and they don't want to do a thing. Why do a thing when you can not do a thing and people will still play? Huh?
Look, I think at the end of the day, this weekly mission did kind of slightly tie into the story of the Dreaming City keep repeating itself. So adding a few voice lines, I think we can let them off for at least 1 week, can't we? If it's every week, we're just repeatedly doing the same missions that we've kind of done over the last couple of years, maybe somebody can go, hang on a minute. Look, this is meant to be a big build up to the final shape. What's going on here? Hey, who was left in charge of this one? I know it's Christmas.
Have you heard of the Dreaming City? Do you know what's happening there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it repeats. That's kind of its thing.
So, I mean, really, if we're at the Dreaming City not playing repeating content, then I think something is wrong in that regard.
Well, that just means that we've, cured the curse, right? I don't know how or when, but we did a thing. Huzzah, go us.
It's almost like, if you haven't played it, you should run to the Epic Game Store right now, because right now, The Witch Queen, Beyond Light, and Shadowkeep are all on sale for free.
Well, that's not sale, is it? That's just free. That's
free
free
to get
stuff.
away. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is for sale. You have to go to the store and look at their lovely window and say, yes, please, I'd like that one, sir or madam. So, I mean, it is for sale. You can play these 3 epic campaigns, unlock 37 exotic weapons, 15 pieces of exotic armor, the power of stasis, and you'll have all the things. So if you are looking to play on PC or try to bundle your friends and going, hey, you should play this with me on PC, get the free-to-play version, unlock all those 3 expansions. The only catch being you have to go to the Epic Game Store. So if you own content on Steam elsewhere, this puts you into a funny situation of, well, I have this over here and have that over there. But if you're just getting into this fresh on the PC, go to the Epic Game Store, because everything is on sale for free, that we just mentioned, until the 20th. So as we record, that is, Wednesday the 20th of December is when the sale ends at 11 a.m. And I'm not sure what time zone the Steam Store uses, or the Epic Game Store uses. So just gonna slide that in at the top of the show, just going, hey, it's a thing. If you're trying to get people into the game and they already have the Epic Game Store on their PC, Beyond Light, Witch Queen, and Shadowkeep all for free is not a bad way to start. So read into that what you will about the state of Destiny, but them going, hey, free to play game, and here's 3 major expansions. Just have them.
I was going to say it's free to play, but that's taking it a bit far. I mean, free to play, free to expand, free to do everything. Why do they do that? Did they say why they're giving it away? Are they just...
Well, apparently the Epic Game Store do this quite a lot. They do a lot of deals and a lot of good, customer relations stuff, better than Steam, apparently, from what I've heard. So if you like free stuff and you play on PC, which I've heard a lot of people do, then it's a good opportunity, really. It drums up good business, doesn't it, for the Epic Store? If you start getting your content in the Epic Store, and then they have another kind of deal going on later on that says that you can have X, Y, and Z at a reduced price, or even a free expansion or a free dungeon key or whatever they kind of do, it's worth kind of doing it over there.
Yeah, earlier on they gave away the 30th anniversary edition. I can't remember if that was when the Epic Game Store launched or right around that time. They were like, here, 30th anniversary edition, free, take it. So
I do remember that, and I think I clicked the button and said, yes, I will have it. So I've got...
Well, there you go.
Half of Destiny on the Epic Store?
starting your library over there, yeah. So, I mean, that's one thing is just, if you're already playing on Steam, stay on Steam, because while you can play your character, your stuff transfers everywhere, your licenses do not transfer.
Oh, biscuits.
So if you buy things on Steam and on the Epic Game Store, you're going to be in a weird situation where you can only play certain content through different accounts. And then I don't know if that means you need to download Destiny twice, once from Steam and once from the Epic Game Store. So yeah, if you're sitting over here in console land going, I could dip a toe into PC gaming, sort of pick one and roll with it. But if you're already invested, just be aware that into getting real messy real quick.
The thing is, it's still crossplay. So even if you are kind of getting it in the Epic Store, you can crossplay with everyone still. But I think at PvP land, it's against Steam players. So you're not kind of losing out. You are still playing other PC players. And the other good thing is that if you already own like an exotic that's exclusive to something else from playing on console, or an exotic or a weapon or anything that you've earned in the game, they won't take that away from you. So you can still have access to those things in the other like game stores, basically. So
Well, that's because the save file isn't saved in Epic or Steam. It's saved,
yeah, but no, I was
on
just kind
Bungie
of
servers.
making sure people know that, so that if they have
Yeah.
played the game before and they do have saved content, it does kind of transfer across, apart from DLCs and expansions and things like that. So weapons and armor and all the good stuff that's in between, still can work.
Yeah, the things you wear, the things you shoot, and your progress saves, but actually what you can go play, totally different. Just like if you're on console, you can't pick this up and then play on the console these expansions because you own the license on the PC, not on your console.
And the other thing is that I mean, there's a lot of stuff that will still then be free to play in the game. So PvP stuff, Gambit stuff, most of the Strike stuff. When we do our videos each week, we do try and make sure that we do tell you if it's a free Nightfall to play or you need to own a certain expansion. It's the same with some of the Lost Sectors. If you're going in there to get some of the exotics, you can only get said exotics if you own the expansion or you've had access to that expansion on that kind of platform. So you have to be careful where you are kind of playing, that you have access to certain different things like that. So I do believe the Lake of Shadows remastered coming up this week is a free-to-play Nightfall. But as we had a couple of weeks ago, I think the Hypernet Current, you do need to actually own Lightfall to play that at any point. So you will find swings and roundabouts if you're kind of trying getting people into the game. So, there will be certain activities you can do. So like some weeks, if it is the featured Nightfall and you don't own that expansion, you are kind of stuck. But a friend, maybe you could pull a friend in and play, tempt them before Christmas. Say, there's some free stuff over here. Download this. Go on. You want to. You want to. Go on. Go on. Go on.
Yeah, so I was thinking we're getting into Christmas time. Maybe people are getting gaming PCs. Maybe people are having free time and going, hey, you should play this game with me. Hey, most of these expansions are free. This gets you, a lot of content for absolutely $0. And then once Destiny gets its fangs into you and injects you with that sweet, sweet poison, sorry. Then you can play this game that you will come back to time and time again because it's here. It's wonderful. You can bake cookies.
I'm pretty sure that it's the result of the what's it called when somebody's in an abusive relationship and they love the person despite the abuse, or maybe in some cases because of the abuse?
I am perfectly happy here in Stockholm. I don't have a syndrome. It's perfectly fine. Stockholm is lovely this time of year.
That's what it is. It's a severe case of Stockholm syndrome. We're abused and we like it. I don't know. Maybe we don't, but we can't make a decision. I can't make a decision. What are we talking about?
The beatings continue until morale improves.
Cheese. We're talking about cheese. I love cheese.
Ever?
Yeah.
Cheese.
But I did see that Paul Tassi did put out a video that kind of compliments people getting into the Epic Game Store games and suggesting what route to kind of play or what expansions to play in order. So I could link that in the show notes, which would help some people to point some other people in the right direction. Because if you found us, then you know that we like to help you. We do stuff like that.
That would help, because I'll tell you who's not going to do that for you. Bungie. Bungie will be like, here's a bunch of content. Here's a bunch of planets. Enjoy. What order do I play this in? It's a surprise.
Who knows?
It's just a big choose your own adventure novel. Just go in and follow a path and see where it takes you. Maybe it's somewhere good. Maybe it's somewhere terrible. Never know until you try.
And the other good thing is that if you are playing on kind of PC with a GeForce Now, like the NVIDIA thing, you can link your Epic Game Store and you can also link your Steam Store as well as like Ubisoft, Xbox. But you can play your games from Epic and Steam via like the remote Windows stuff if you're doing it that way as well.
Yeah, and you could also link them, depending on the platform, you can link it to a cell phone and play anywhere. Yep. Tried that. Kind of fun.
I was like, can, yes, should, debatable.
Well, okay, no, listen, I say that because, golly, everybody's high cover. What I mean by that is like, there's this attachment that I got from my kid one year, and you put it in your phone, and it turns your phone into like an Xbox controller.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have that on, playing Destiny isn't too bad, you know? And depending on the Wi-Fi signal, you know what I'm saying? It can be, good or bad, but you can do it is a thing. And I thought that was pretty cool. I had never done that before. You just can't talk to anybody. You can't chat to anybody. You can't communicate in any way. Not that I've seen anyway, but it is a nifty thing to try if you're a mobile gamer. Just mobile your Destiny 2 to your phone.
Well, I need to go
go.
back on something I've just said about that GeForce Now stuff. Epic
Uh-oh.
Games, apparently you can't sync your game library. It's not
Oh.
supported yet. What's that about? You can automatically sign into Fortnite only. Who wants to sign into just Fortnite only? If you own stuff over there, you want to obviously sign into the stuff over there.
Let's be honest here.
Oh, there they are.
Epic is basically Fortnite.
Not
They
bad,
just
I guess.
happen to do other things, but really they're Fortnite and suing Google. That's kind of who they are at this point.
Suing? No, they sued. They won. It's
Well,
done.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you guys enjoying the Coil? Because I played the Coil earlier today, and I seem to be the only person that was going around collecting the pots. And I was getting quite upset with this because they were just running off the other people. But I did I managed to collect enough pots to open up all the extra chests as we were kind of running through the little bits. And I left them to kind of go off and do whatever they were doing. But the loot is amazing. The amount of stuff that game mode actually gives you for new players getting started. If they haven't got a season, this season would be one of the seasons to kind of get, do you think, for the amount of loot that you can get? Because you can get Dreaming City weapons, you can get weapons for the season, you can also get the
Are
old
you still talking about the
Vex
Epic
weapons.
Store, Epic Games Store
No,
thing?
talking about
No,
Coil?
we're talking about the Coil activity.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
saying
see.
that if you purchased this season, didn't you get the dungeon included, or was that separate? I think that might have been separate.
No, I actually know that's not included because I had somebody that wanted to do it and they had to go buy a dungeon key.
Yeah,
Which is the first time I've ever seen somebody have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but there are a lot of weapons that have kind of come in this season, and then you've got the Iron Banner one, which is really good. You've got the reprised Breakneck as well from Gambit. There's a lot of good weapons, and I know we talked about it last week, and I don't want to keep harping on about Vault Space, but I'm crying out for space completely now because I'm like, I like this one, and I like this one, and I like this one, and I'm like, normally at the beginning of the season, it's not normally like that for me because it's like I get a feel for the weapon and I go, okay, yeah, if I can get a roll on it, so dismantle, keep my eye out for the one that I kind of want, or keep my ear to the ground and say, what does True Vanguard or Cool Guy or Fallout Play say that I kind of need in the roles for this weapon? This season, the amount of weapons that are kind of, I mean, the Dreaming City weapons have always been good, but now that they've come back with the random rolls and the Origin perk as well, and we've got the Iron Banner weapon that people are talking about that we predicted was going to be good, I'm just like, my poor hunter ran through the Coil and it's now 21 of 21, almost full. It's not almost full. I am full in my Postmaster. It's like I'm crying.
No, this time it's not Demon. I'm with Demon on this one. It's not his hoarding problem. I continuously clean out my vault on the regular, but there's just so much stuff, and I'm not even keeping copies of the same thing. Like I have one Breakneck, I have the God Roll PvP, and I have the God Roll for PvE, right? But other than like a PvP and a PvE roll, or some of them that have like 2 God Rolls or whatever, I've got a one of everything in my vault, and all exotics that I can pull from my vault get deleted, right? And still, I'm at 596 slots right now. And there's just so much stuff that's a one-off. You're going to have to, at some point, start deleting your one-offs for other stuff. And I'm not even talking about, like, past season weapons. Like, if it can't be brought up to 1,800 or whatever, like, if it's locked at 1,600, I get rid of it. I don't even keep those in my vault anymore. I know some people do because they're like, oh, it's still good in Crucible or another non-light content or whatever, non-light enabled content. But I don't. I get rid of them if I can't bring them up to 1800. And even then, again, still at 596. So this is not a Night Demon hoarding problem. This is a too many resources, not enough space kind of a problem. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm on his side this time. It's not just his hoarding problem. It's a problem in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't even talk to me about focusing. Don't focus anything. Because you can pull 9 lethal abundances. They have to go somewhere.
Yes.
For you to look at them to see which one you want to keep, if any of them. I'd probably pulled 15 or 20 from the Iron Banner. And I mean, I still have like 6 in my Postmaster that I haven't been back to delete yet. But you know, it's like I got the God roll that I wanted. I got another roll or 2 that I'm interested. You know, got one with Onslaught and something else that I can't remember now that I want to play around with.
Slice.
But it's like yeah, it's like no, it wasn't quite that good. It was just something else. But yeah, it's like you start focusing and you're going, well, I have nowhere to focus these. I almost need I need to go to that nice little table, you know, like where I can craft weapons. But I need like a locker there. I just need a weapons locker where I can say, let me put 9 of these weapons in here, and then like take them out one by one and try them out against, you know, a big ogre, or you know, give us the shooting gallery back like we had near the menagerie. Like, give me one of those so I can go see which of these things do I want to keep, because I have a lot of weapons and nowhere to put them.
See, I have managed to kind of condense some of my weapons down, because it's not necessarily the armor, because you need the armor. The armor, with the fluctuation of stats and the way things can roll, you do like to keep a certain amount of armor. I mean, to be fair, my poor my hunter has only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9 pieces of gauntlets. 9 gauntlets that aren't exotic. That's nothing, you know. And my warlock has probably got less than that. I think.
Okay, now we have a problem.
1, 2, 3.
Because for what I did for the other classes I don't play,
7,
I put on like the gear
8,
that they use
9.
for the builds. You know, like the Titan with his super wall of flame build, and I keep the stuff that they use for a build.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying.
And then the rest gets deleted.
But there's more than just 2 builds. And if
you have 9 hunter builds on a character that you don't play.
Who says I don't play? You know, I play as a hunter.
You play a hunter in PvP, which means you need the 1 build.
He plays hunter everywhere. He plays everything everywhere. Yeah, this man plays all 3 characters and everything because he sees the build and says, "Ooh," and then he goes out and plays it somewhere.
Yeah,
he plays all the things. I'm the one who's too lazy to play other characters.
Okay.
The 2 of you play on all 3, at least to some degree.
Well, that's stretching it, unless I'm forced to.
And my kind of like restriction for keeping an armor piece now is that it has to be 64 and above. So I still only have like 9 pieces, or no, not even 9 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gauntlets for my hunter, and those are higher than 64, and they're good stats in different things. So like if I want to go with a complete mobility and like resilience roll, I can do that. Or if I want to do recovery and mobility, or if I want to do X and Y, you know, the options are there for me to kind of go into the D2 armor picker and be able to kind of do that. But then sometimes I struggle. I'm like, well, I need a piece like for like a chest piece that will do this on my warlock, and I can't do that. So then I end up having to rejig everything else around. So I normally leave the armor alone. But the weapons, I found that, you know, I've been deleting a lot of the exotics, like you said, Respawn. Get rid of the exotics that I'm not using. But then if I don't see them in my vault, I forget that they're there, that I can still pull them from collections. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's try that one out in Iron Banner this week, you know, like Lord of Wolves, or as an example, a couple of weeks back when Lucky 10p said, oh, you know, Lord of Wolves is bugged, try that out. So, you know, that was in my vault. I could pull that back out. But then,
that's an exotic. You don't need to hang on to that.
No, but if I've... no, but that's what I'm saying. If it's not in my vault and I don't see it, then I don't pull it out to play with it.
Right, but your example is somebody told you it was good, so it was already in your vault. If somebody tells you it's good, You can pull it from collections. You don't need
Yeah,
to
no,
keep
no,
an
no, no.
exotic in your vault.
But like
So it has to
also,
go somewhere into the vault once you pull it from collections.
No, it goes to your inventory.
but if I no, but like if I want to use something specifically in PvP or PvE, and I don't know it's there, you know what I'm saying? That if I can't see it in the item manager, I'm not thinking that I can use it, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Knowing it's there to pull from collections doesn't mean you're going to go, oh, let me pull it from collections. You're going to say, oh, I don't have one.
Yeah.
Or
I mean-
not even remember that weapon exists because
Exactly.
I'm
yes.
real good at that. Every time I load a D2 armor picker and it says I don't have an armor piece on one of the slots, I'm like, what do you mean? I'll go, oh, right. I have it. I just don't have it on me right now because I deleted all of them because they were stupid.
And the other thing is like the old, ritual weapons and things that we got from doing different things. So my old breakneck, I can trash that. And a lot of people do hang on to these weapons. They go, I've got 20,000 kills on them and they don't want to delete. I'm not like that with the weapons. I'm not really concerned whether it's done 20,000 kills. Yeah, I mean, if I had one with 20,000 kills on there, I might feel a bit more precious about it. But I know that I can delete it. And then if I want to, pull that back out from collections. And I found going through my vault a couple of times, I found that some of the weapons that they do give away as the ritual weapons, like we had the glaive, didn't we? The Ecliptic Distaff was recent. I can delete that and then re-pull that back out of collections if I need that. But if I don't know it's there, then that I've obtained it during the collections, then I forget that I could pull it back out of collections, kind of thing.
We struggle with object permanent respawn. That's the thing. If we don't see it, it doesn't exist to us.
If
Yes.
somebody with me can handle putting an exotic in the vault to pull it out of collections, I don't think you have an excuse.
Oh, I just made one.
I don't think anybody has more object permanent issues than me.
Didn't say it was a good one.
No.
I'm not here making good excuses, just excuses.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's the stipulation, then I can't argue with that. But
And while we're talking about ritual weapons and
hold
weapons,
on. You made a point about the breakneck, right? And I
Okay.
wanted to bring that up.
go on.
So the hugely disappointing thing about the breakneck, the new one, is back in the day, again, we had an older breakneck that was a ritual weapon, and you had ornaments for it. And this breakneck, it is the exact same breakneck, visually speaking, but Destiny Bungie won't let you use the ornaments that you had from your old breakneck. And I think that's not fun for me because I like the old ornaments. And it's not just that. I've noticed that on more and more old weapons that are being, quote, reprised.
Are you sure it had an ornament slot? Because
I am 100%. Because look at your old one. I still got my old one, and it has a slot for the ornament for the original breakneck.
No, not on Destiny Item Manager that I can see.
We're not talking Destiny Item Manager. We're talking about Destiny in-game.
Yeah, but no, if you go onto the weapon and it has an ornament or it's had the option to have an
The
ornament.
original breakneck.
Yeah, the
one
original breakneck. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Bruh, I'm telling you, there was an ornament. But I'm stuck.
No,
I'm stuck.
I think you're thinking of there was a Gambit or there was an auto rifle that did come with a Gambit ornament, but it isn't that one. And I can't remember the name of the weapon. It was one of the ones that where are we? We had in it was like the breakneck in similar style, but it wasn't the breakneck. And I'm
hold X to doubt.
I think you're thinking. No, I honestly think you are thinking of the Gnawing Hunger, because the Gnawing Hunger, if you go onto any Gnawing Hunger, you can look at the cosmetics for those. You can look at the ornaments for those, and it will show you one that looks very similar with the Gambit logo on it. Have you got a Gnawing Hunger?
Give me a second. Let me. Okay, GNAW, Gnawing Hunger.
There was also another. I'm sure there was another auto rifle that you could have that could.
No, that's not it. That's definitely not it. Nope. No, it was a breakneck, 100%.
No, it wasn't. I swear it wasn't.
It was a breakneck.
Because the breakneck,
it's 100% not the Gnawing Hunger. I can tell you that for sure. That's not what I was thinking of.
I know what you're talking about. The weapon set that had the bygones.
Mhm.
Bygones might be. No, that's a pulse rifle. That ain't it. No.
No.
Yeah,
But
not the bygones, but the set with the,
the set
bygones.
with the bygones has about 3 or 4 different ornaments that you can get that were available in Eververse. So it's I knew that there was one. So I can't remember the name of the. And this is really good podcast. Thanks for this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to answer. This can all be
Top
deleted out later. It most likely will be.
No. Look, we're looking for content this week. We've got like a TWAB that's like less than an A4 page. This is the content that you guys have got to listen to. Sorry, Johnny.
We got less than a full page. And also I got 45 minutes. So that on top of that.
Yes, Hazard of the Cast.
There
Thank
it
you, Johnny.
is. Okay, Hazard of the Cast. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I know there's a bunch of Gambit themed auto rifles that I cannot think of because I've deleted them all because it's been ages.
That's the one that you're thinking of that came with one with the different weapon skins.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, let me double check.
It was 100%. Remember it.
No, hold on.
No,
I'm checking it out right now.
We've been in this game too many years.
Yeah, see? Remember what I just said? It looked exactly like the Breakneck. See? And it does look exactly like the Breakneck. So yes, that's what I was thinking of. I had breakneck anxiety, but you see how
I think you need to apologize to Bungie because they didn't take any ornaments away from your breakneck.
I'm not apologizing to them at anything. They've been shoving it up the rear for years. I'm not apologizing for anything.
Respawn. Management apologizes for you.
No.
No,
but you'll see how this looks exactly like the Breakneck. That's my problem right there. It's not my fault they keep reusing skins and changing names.
I knew there was one. I was like, I haven't got it. I must have deleted it, but I knew there was one like along in the same sets as the Bygones. So yeah, as I was going to say before you kind of went on your rant about
It wasn't a rant. It was an observation that
about
was
your breakneck.
Not the most correct, but
exactly
in my brain it was.
I was going to talk about ornaments actually because I wanted to remind people that if you have an excess of golf balls, you can go to the Monument of Lost Light in the tower, the one in between the vaults along the side wall, and you can purchase old ornaments from previous seasons if you wanted to. So if you missed out on getting like a Vanguard one, a Gambit one, or a Crucible one for a specific weapon that was out that season, you can go there and repurchase them. And I think it goes back, you won't be able to get last season's or the season before, but I think 3 seasons or 4 seasons ago, it kind of, you can purchase them. And I believe it's something like a golf ball, 10,000 glimmer, and it was shards, but I'm not sure what it was now.
I'm going to go look. Where's it at?
You know, the Monument to Lost Light in the tower.
That's the one next to the
vault.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're going to get in-game response here.
Because I didn't know you can buy ornaments, and if so, then huzzah.
Yes. So if you were too lazy to play like Gambit 3 or 4 seasons ago, and you wanted to get the ornament for like one of the machine guns or the rockets, you can go to that Monument to Lost Light and repurchase. Not repurchase, just purchase. So you can kind of bypass having to play Gambit to unlock that ornament. It's there.
The Exotic Archive Monument of Lost Light?
Yeah, that's the one.
Legacy gear. Okay, so there's previous weapons like the Last Right scout rifle that I never got.
There you go.
Okay. Let's see. It is an Ascendant Shard. It's 75,000 glimmer. Good lord.
Just
and
glimmer.
2 enhancement prisms.
It's
and I'm not seeing. Are these ornaments? Oh, these are the ornaments. Okay. And the ornaments cost 75,000 glimmer, 2 enhancement prisms, and an Ascendant Shard.
Look, I said,
I understand they costing that much for the weapon itself, but for the ornament, come on, really?
If you want to pretend like you were playing Gambit 20 seasons ago, you can do it. Or really Crucible
rifle. That Velis X is a really good pulse rifle. Make everything look like a Velis X.
It actually still is a really good pulse rifle.
I know.
That's another one that I had to delete. I deleted that one from my vault because I knew. See, and I forgot that I could use it in Iron Banner the other week.
Mhm.
And it was one of the ones that I needed to make space. See, look, now look what you've done.
Delete,
You reminded me a week after.
delete your yesteryears instead. Keep your Velasex.
That's
Have I
not
got
our
the
fault. You
yesteryears?
deleted it, homeboy.
No, I deleted yesteryears, I think.
Pretty
Well,
sure
good,
that's your fault.
because those you should, but you should have kept the Velasex. It's a better yesteryear.
No, I've got 2 yesteryears.
All
I
right,
mean,
well,
he's not wrong.
I guess we'll let you pass this time.
No, don't do that. Don't let him pass. But anyway, yeah. So there you go. That's incredibly expensive, and if you look at that, it even has keep away opening shot for the checkmate playlist. There you go. There you
Just
go.
glimmer.
High impact with 100 impact. Freaking 120 rounds per minute.
What are you keeping your glimmer for? Get rid of the glimmer. You don't need it. You don't need it.
I mean, I bought it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just
Oh,
glimmer.
it's got 4 perks. Look at this.
or more.
No, not perks. What do you call that? The inherent weapon perk. That.
Origin trait?
Origin
Thank
trait.
you. It's got 4 origin traits. Yes.
Yeah, you can select, yeah.
Wow. That's
Fancy.
really nutty. Super duper fancy. Sorry. Anyway, I'm off my tangent now. For now. Maybe.
And now you'll be all set with your fancy chrome scout rifle.
Chrome, dude, minus Highlander, sir.
It's wrapped up under the Christmas tree now.
Basically.
Speaking of Highlander, I've been rocking Highlander since we got that shader, and no matter what I'm playing, always get best dressed. I could be the baller player on the PvP side,
Doesn't
or
matter.
I could be
Best
the
dressed.
best Gambit player.
The
Best dressed.
baller player?
Yeah, no, because you are
That's
the
what
best
the
dressed.
kids say. That's what the kids say. I'm going with what the
Oh,
kids say.
the best player. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you meant by the baller player.
Yeah,
No, I don't know either. I'm just copying the kids.
the Highlander flannel shader is the greatest thing we've ever gotten.
Well,
Period. Full stop.
they've
Nope,
now taken
crazy.
it out. They've taken it. We can't get it anymore. You can't get it anymore. That's it. It's gone.
Well, yeah, FOMO.
No, he's back to being pink
You
again.
either-
he
you
was
either-
he was not pink for one armor set, and then he
See,
went back to being pink.
Well, see, the problem with the Highlander on a lot of the Titan armor is there's not enough fabric to Highland.
See?
So basically, you have a lot of like weird looking metal, and then like
Yes.
a little bit of fabric and a little bit of flannel. The Warlock, however, flawless execution. The Warlock robes, incredible as flannel. The Titan, it really depends on the armor set. A lot of the Iron Banner stuff just doesn't look good in flannel. Who knew?
Well, no, they're talking about how for the
Which is
last 2
devastating.
episodes, whenever we were playing Iron Banana together, you were wearing that green thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
ever since then, they're like, why isn't Parody pink? I'm like, he is pink. It was like a one-off.
It just depends on the armor set. Because again, certain things don't look good. And also, if you're going to give me a Mountain Dew colored shader, I'm going to use that one too. I'm
What
sorry.
about that new bubblegum one?
The
That's
neon
really,
jungle
really
one.
pink. You know?
Yeah, but again, it's a Destiny shader, so it's pink in all the wrong ways. Just like Respawn going, I want this to be black. Now I have neon blue somewhere. I'm going, this should be very pink, and then it's less pink than I expected, and then I'm sad. The Highlander shader, as long as there is fabric to shade, never disappoints.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the bright green one is like neon jungle, which is like electric mutagen Mountain Dew green, which on the reef armor from last season looks incredible.
What was the one that G-Dad used to use that, like, on metallic armor was so bright, you couldn't see the character. You just saw, like...
Iridescent coral.
Yes, iridescent coral. I think they fixed it since then, but when it first
No,
came out...
no.
they-
You can still be the shiny.
Yeah.
But no, it was so shiny you couldn't see the character model. It just
Respawn,
was like a
that's-
big light.
That's what you should rock in PvP, because no one can see you. If you're playing outside in the sunlight, nobody can see you to shoot you because they will go blind.
I'd have to find a hunter armor that's really metallic, because whereas you got a lot of metallic armor, I have a lot of cloth armor.
No, there are some metal ones, especially like Iron Banner armor pieces that you can get that really shine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that out. Just be the blinding light that, because it reminds me of like at night when someone's got the flashlight, you have no idea where their body is because the flashlight's just overpowering. Yeah.
Yep.
If they don't know where I'm at, they can't.
know what you're talking
kill
about.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
should we talk about this week at Bungie for the 14th of December?
why on earth would we do that in a show that is meant to do that?
I mean, I guess we could talk about the Dawning being live and the Great Dawning Bake Off winners and the
Yes.
Fireteam Finder beta launch and an entire year of giving. The year really is giving. The end of year stats and your new Prime Gaming drop that will not be as good as Highlander. I don't know what it is, but it's not as good as Highlander. So did you enjoy the action-packed 1-minute preview of the Dawning? And then say, why am I watching this? I could just go play the Dawning?
I mean, you only lost a minute. It's not really, the
Kind
worst
of.
thing in the world.
I did hear that people were still again frustrated this year with farming your essence. Now, what did I say last week? I said go and speak to Cheese. Cheese has got a cheese for you. Cheese has always got a cheese for you.
100%.
But people are still upset. I mean, I completely understand where people are coming from. You do like a 45-minute activity like the coil, and it gives you like 5 essence. You go and do a public event, which lasts 5 minutes max. You get 5 essence. It's like, come on, Bungie. Please
you have
even it
to
out.
wait for that public event as like a balance. And I know you can just
Not
travel to
45
other places
minutes, you
where they
don't.
have them.
Not 45 minutes, you don't.
That's
But
fair.
no, but you see the balance, and I think this is something that we kind of picked up with Bungie last year, is that they don't seem to kind of balance it for the amount of time that you spend doing something.
Correct.
So if you spend that time in the dungeon fighting dungeon bosses, you get the same amount that you would do from a public event. You get more from doing like Gambit and Strikes and PvP, which we kind of get because they want you to kind of play those core ritual activities. But when you've got a good season and you've got activities that people really want to kind of go into and play, surely you kind of put more essence into those to say, if you want to play that over and over again, just have at it. It's good fun and earn loads of stuff.
Yeah, which is why you load up the playlist of whatever the feature playlist is for the week. You go play that a bunch and then go, oh, look, I've earned materials. Now let me go spend them. Just turn your brain off, go play the game, and then be delighted with the number of materials you have. Don't go play the hard thing and then come back and be disappointed that you didn't get the thing from the hard thing. And going way back to your question on the coil, I've been really enjoying, and I found a team of blueberries this week, and we got through the whole thing. The whole thing. I found myself a well lock buddy, and then I ran around. We had a well lock buddy. I had my lovely banner of war up, and then we had a hunter, which I think he was running golden gun, but I honestly don't remember. It might have been blade brush, something solar.
Yeah.
And we didn't do stupid things. We shot pots and collected them. We revived each other. Like, I was like, who are you lovely human being?
What do you think about the limited revives that you have to purchase?
They're fine if you know what you're doing and don't die every 6 seconds.
Yeah, well, the problem with that is when you get to a team with blueberries that don't know that traps are a thing.
100%. And to be fair, I am that blueberry. In that one, you know the room it is. You know the particular trap when you walk in the door, and you have to either floof over the hole to get by it, or step on that little platform that slides out where it's a 50-50 shot whether it actually kills you anyway or not. That trap. If that trap weren't in the game, I'd be good. Whoever designed that particular trap, I either need to raise or to be fired. I'm not sure which, depending on my mood of the day.
Well, that's just because you're a warlock. As a hunter, what you do is you walk off the ledge.
Or a titan.
Or titan, you walk off the ledge and then you jump up past the trap.
No, but that's the problem, that sometimes that little ledge comes out and still catches you. So the idea is that Blue taught me that you kind of face the spikes coming out and you turn slightly to the left so you're facing diagonally, because the cave wall above you kind of goes into a point that you can jump straight up and over no matter what class you're on. Now, I had the same issue with that, but not for me, because Blue had already taught me kind of how to get through it. We were down to no revives, right? That was the next kind of area to go through to the final boss. My 2 teammates decided they wanted to try and go round it, and they both died. And I was the last guardian standing, and I was like, "Do I just kill myself, or do I go and see if I can collect some more red pots?" So I thought, I'm going to go and collect some more red pots, and then see if I can take on the boss. And I did, and I still lost, but I got some more red pots for this week's quest stuff.
Yeah.
The arc boss is
And
definitely a pain. The other ones you can
could have
deal
had
with.
that. You could have had that hero moment where you went and clutched it for the team,
The-
but you weren't well locked, so probably not.
Which
No,
boss?
I was a hunter.
Which boss were you
Mhm,
playing
mhm.
against though?
The Hydra, and
Yeah,
you know
the arc one. Yeah. Oh, he's the worst one,
and
dude.
the Vex just keeps spawning around me. I was like, oh,
Yo,
Mhm.
yeah.
and then they leave the Vex puddles, and then he's shooting you, and then he's
And
got
sometimes
a shield.
you have the harpies that explode on you. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Oh,
I chose death over kind of deciding to spend
Yeah.
half an hour trying to fight him.
That was
Because
that was
one
the
of the
correct
guys
answer.
didn't leave. One of the guys didn't leave, so
Mhm.
the game probably still thought that there was two of us against this boss. And I was like, I stand no
Mm.
chance. If you are still hanging around to see if I can clutch this, then I'm not prepared to be here for half an hour. No.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah. I hadn't even thought about that. I wonder if it does count if there's two of you, but one of you cannot be revived. Because I've done that too. Going, well, we're at the boss. Let me just hang out and see if you can finish this boss off the rest of the way. But yeah, because that's the other thing. It's like if you die early and you're just stuck with no revives, it's like, do I wait around?
Well, you can find revives.
Hoping.
in the
Right. Well,
encounter.
that's the thing. It's like, do I wait around hoping, my blueberry will find a revive for me, or do I just leave and go? It was a good run. We've had it.
Yeah.
And the answer should have been just leave every single time. I mean, I waited around a number of times, and then they eventually die and it's over. So, but it's like, do I wait and see if you can find one, or do I just say, I don't know? Because I keep thinking maybe you'll find a revive, we can get back in and keep going. But no, never works out that way for me, at
Yeah,
least.
and then on the other side of the coin, you have those people that are like, "Oh, now you want to leave," and they get upset that you left because you didn't wait around, and now they have to solo it. I mean, either way, you're just kind of boned, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a lose-lose situation.
it's like the revives I don't mind. It is a weird, again, the weird dynamic of being a match made revive thing, but it's also like not meant to be, it scales up. So it's not like you're walking into a purposely like a GM Nightfall. Like you're not walking into a hard thing going, all right, team, we're going to walk into this hard thing and then get abandoned. You're like, I'm going to roll the dice and just see what happens. And
Well, apparently it does
goes.
kind of scale up. If you
It does.
it does scale up to like GM's kind of style. And Ebontis has already kind of soloed it, and I'm guessing like Esoteric and other people have. And I'm like, oh, I really want to try that because you can put it on closed matchmaking and just go in there and do it yourself. And that's something I'm going to kind of do over like the Christmas holiday and have a go at doing it by myself because I feel that I can get through it, especially if I've got Tiku's Divination with me.
Solo's not hard as long as you don't come across the Hydra. The Hydra really is the worst boss. Everybody else you can deal with, but that Hydra.
No, but even with the Hydra, I found that Tiku's Divination, the best bow in the game. I mean, the Arc one's pretty good, but the Solar one, and especially with this season with the
Arc
Solar.
one? You mean the Trinity Ghoul?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it is the best. It's way better than
No.
Tiku's. What are you talking about?
Tiku's Divination this season with the Solar, even when we don't have the Solar, this season with the Solar, and it's just the tracking on it. You just hit fire, and then one precision hit just makes everything explode. It's fantastic. I can sit at the back of any room in that coil and just plink, 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 plink. Even that Hydra doesn't like it.
Load up your well lock and you'll be all set.
Yeah, see? No, I'm thinking Titan. I think I'm going to do bonk hammers and things like that.
You mean the bonk hammers that you can't bonk anymore?
Well, you can in PvE.
Yeah, they still work. They're not as good, maybe, but they still work.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was running solo, then I went back to my friend, the Banner of War, because it's just way too much fun to bathe my friends. That's the other thing. When you're in the lovely Banner of War, don't run away from it. Don't run away from the healing and the protection, friends. Blueberries, countrymen. It's amazing the number of people who are just like, I'm going to go over here on the other side of the map. It's like, but you could be safer. See how you're dying over there? You could be safer over here.
Especially with attrition active. Man, you better hug that damn Titan.
Yeah, we're here to be loved. And sometimes there's like two of us running. It's like, hey, we can just hug each other and then everybody's good and green.
But yeah, no, don't run from the healing Titan when attrition is a thing. That seems wildly unintelligent. But as far as the coil goes, the activity is okay. I don't mind that, aside from the one boss I keep mentioning. The revives, I think, kind of suck that you have to purchase revives and people just waste them.
You don't have to
know?
purchase them. You can.
Eh,
don't
People,
have to.
I don't think people are intentionally kind of wasting them, but
well, they're not intentionally wasting them, but they keep going in the same trap, man. And it's like when you see the trap is there, avoid the damn trap. But the one hilarious thing that if you just you don't care about the revives is taking somebody who hasn't been in there and watching them get hit by all these traps, and then like almost rage quitting because of it. That's hilarious. But then they've used all the revives, so it is a double-edged sword. And the same thing is for the dungeon this season too, with all the traps in the dungeon, with the falling ledges and the false chests and whatnot. That's hilarious to bring somebody new into. And I went in there with two titans, two titans, right?
On brand.
And one of them was a new light, not quite a blueberry. She's been playing for a while, but definitely a new light, right? And we're in there, and the one titan that was kind of like running us through it or whatever, he's all like, it's fine. She has the what do you call your barrier? Your bubble.
The bubble.
She's got the bubble. Yeah, so she's got the bubble. She goes. I do. He goes. You're rocking the helm of Saint 14, and you're not wearing the bubble.
It's a good looking helmet. Like
but she goes, well, somebody said it's a good exotic. Well, yeah, if you're using the bubble, right?
Yeah. Hey, you received information. You act on the information.
Yeah, but we went through that, and just like he knew where the traps were, I knew where the traps were, but like even though she's getting hit by the traps, she managed to get out of almost every single one without getting killed. We're just like, what the hell am I watching here? You got the best luck I've ever seen. It's like, we're here to watch you die and to laugh at you, and you're not dying. You're breaking my immersion here. What's happening? But I mean, aside from that, the new dungeon is just full of traps, and bringing somebody new is the best part of my day.
So have you guys found that playing the Dawning that you're able to generate the snowballs using the weapons that they told us last week in the coil or like the dungeon? Because I was hearing that because I didn't use the weapons when I was in the coil or go into the dungeon this week, but I've been hearing that people have been finding it very difficult to generate the snowballs in those activities.
Nope.
Strikes is fine, and like Gambit I guess is fine as well, and like on patrol. So
I'm in strikes and I'm dropping snowballs left and right, and I'm using a breakneck. But I was dropping even more earlier when I was using stasis. When I get stasis kills, it drops like It looked like it was dropping more than one. It could have been coincidental. Maybe I was killing more than one person. Are you picking them up
and throwing them though? Because I think there's one of the challenges is to do that.
You got to kill 25 people with snowballs or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with snowballs yet.
No, I haven't. I didn't even think about it. I know it was there, and I'm like, I must remember to kind of do that as I'm kind of going through. And as we're kind of talking about it, it's like it's nearly a week's up already, and in our 3-week event, and then next week would be like the rush for Christmas prep, and then Christmas week it'd be like, won't be able to get on like and play because of like now I'm panicking that I haven't got enough time to do Dawning stuff.
Oh no! Well, your children do it for you.
You could have been like me, who got on and saw that the Dawning lasted for 75 more days, and was momentarily confused, a little bit delighted, and then back to confused. And then I remembered there was a bug that they mentioned that the Dawning's time in game is incorrect, and it does not, in fact, run for 75 more days. I was like, that seems excessive for the Dawning. I mean, that's one way to pad out the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm kind of with you. Like I got on and just was like messing around with the coil. Then, like I said, stumbled across a fire team. We got through the whole thing once, which it showers you with triumphs and bounties and everything else. Going, hey, you did a thing. Good job. Now do it again.
Yeah,
and then showers you in loot. But then I haven't. Other than like, I think I baked like the first 3 cookies Eva wanted me to bake on like one of the 2 quests that I have for it.
Yeah,
and have not even touched the game since then. It's like
you
having
haven't
the Xbox
gilded
on.
Your baker's title?
I haven't gilded my baker's title. I haven't gilded my Gambit. I didn't get enough time to gild Iron Banner yet this season. Again, there's 7 months. I'm not concerned about it. It's all going to happen.
It's not 7 months long.
you can tell me all you want, but there's many, many weeks still of this season, so I have plenty of time to do all.
Yeah,
the
but not the
things.
Dawning.
Yeah,
not the Dawning.
The dawning I'll get to, and honestly, if I don't get to, because I'm not going to be here next week at all. So if I get to it in a week, I get to it in a week. If I don't, I don't.
No. You have to kill your Baker's title. This is not acceptable.
No. The only one I care about is Gambit. That's the only title I care about gilding. Which is now on like page 3. I have to page so far back to find the thing.
Mhm.
That's not true. That and Iron Banner. Those are the 2 I care about. Everything else, if it happens, it happens. Because the seasonal events, sometimes I have time to play them. Sometimes I'm gone for most of it. So if I can knock it out in a week, I'll do it. If it's an absolute grind of getting 95,000 snowball kills, it's just not going to happen. And to be fair, I haven't really looked at what all the things are on it. So there may be 75,000 snowballs in there. Don't tell me.
Okay. There's not that many. There's 95,000 is a lot for anything. No, definitely not. But, what you could do is just play the game, and then when Dawning's about to be over, just bake all the cookies at least once, because that's part of the title. You have to bake every cookie at least once, and by then, you have to have had enough baking currency to do all that by then, But
that's the hope.
Well, yeah, that is the hope. But yeah, just bake everyone each time. You have to deliver them as well, right? So you have to bake and deliver, and then I'm pretty sure everything else you would have just passively completed by then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure there's like sword kills I need, or something that I wouldn't typically use that it would say you need to get all these kills with this. Those are the ones that trip me up that I don't look at till like the last 2 days, and it's like, oh, you needed 75 submachine gun kills or something. This weapon type that I just hadn't been using because I hadn't thought about it.
Speaking of archetypes, I haven't looked yet. Do we know if there's what glaive falls under? Does that fall under melee or sharp or what?
I assume it'd be sharp flavor like the swords, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't use
'Cause you
glaives
can
either.
melee it too, right? Or maybe it depends on how you use it. If you hit somebody with it, maybe it's a melee, but if you shoot it, it might be a sharp question mark. I don't know. Demon?
Maintain the mystery.
What's
Yeah,
that?
I mean, isn't this your area of expertise? How we do things?
What you asking me to have we do?
Well, what does a glaive drop for you? Is it melee or is it sharp?
Yes.
Mhm.
I haven't used the glaive yet.
It's redacted, obviously.
Right. No, I'm not using the toaster for everything. You can't use the toaster for everything. You obsessed little creep.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
It's a delicious explosion.
No, but you can't get sharp flavor. You can't get the melee flavors. You can't get the.
You can use it for everything. You're not going to get the materials you want, but you can absolutely use it for everything. At least until you run out of green ammo, and then you have to wait for a minute. Then you can go back to using it.
See, that's the other thing, isn't it? That again, another thing that Bungie have been quite stingy on is the ingredients. I remember last year saying to you guys that having an issue with kind of doing melees, that certain melees weren't kind of working for if you had to do a melee in a certain way. So I think Ebontis was talking about it on his show that he was doing bonk hammers and he wasn't getting hardly any kind of melee kills through the bonk hammers. And it's like, surely you should be flooded with ingredients. The amount of kills that you kind of get, it's the essence that you need to then create the cookies that you then kind of need to farm, not the other way around. But we had this issue last year, and yeah, I don't think they've kind of addressed it this year. It's still quite hard to do some of the ingredients. So I think I'm going to do what you've kind of suggested, Respawn, is literally kind of play the Dawning as much as I can, save up all the ingredients, save up all the cookies and things, and then just do it all in the last week.
Just spam bake?
Oh yeah, just spam bake it in the last week and do the quest thing. I mean, I'm not really... If I get a memento, I'll get a memento. I know you get one automatically, and then I can kind of... I say fill up my... my character. My character's already filled up with other stuff, so I can get another one to go to the postmaster to hold on to that like I have done before. So yeah, I'm going to do it like that, I think.
Yeah, that's usually what I end up doing is I'll whatever the quest is, hey, go bake these 3 cookies. I'll bake those, and then basically just bake what I have to bake, and then go bake a bunch of things at the end. One, to get rid of the materials, and two, to get more rolls of whatever thing they're handing me and going, great, now I need to figure out where to put all these weapons that I can't fit anywhere now.
Yeah. So people have entered the baking contest to show off their creations. There isn't any videos, is there? I don't think. I think it is just pictures of people's cakes and cookies and
some Galler doodles and a wishing wall of cupcakes. It looks like some fallen babies. So if you want to eat the fallen babies, now you can. Some lovely dawning breads, ghost cake, more dawning swirly cupcakes, just a destiny cake of some sort, and then a lovely tin of cookies and more dawning cakes. So good job everyone who bakes things.
Yeah,
and
I don't know if the
rewarded.
competition is still open or not. They haven't said that it's closed, so you could potentially still make cookies and make a video and send it in, I guess. What do we think?
I feel like it was one of those that runs. Yeah, I don't know, because it might be it runs every week of the dawning, or may have just been this week. It would have been nice to mention one way or the other. Maintain the mystery.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm gonna have to cut it short. I was gonna give you guys another 12 minutes, but my wife is threatening my existence.
Look,
so I gotta get ready.
Respawn.
What?
God will always be there. He said so. He understands that you need to stay here.
I tried that excuse, but here's the problem. If I don't go, my wife won't introduce us. If you get my drift. So
What's that mean?
I mean, she's gonna kill me, and I'm gonna meet him face to face.
Oh, okay. Confusing.
Not really. Not when she's standing over you with a machete. And
well, I thought that was just your normal Saturday ritual.
Well, no. That's usually Saturday night when the children are asleep. But yeah.
Okay.
This is your weekly rundown of Season 23, Week 4, Season of the Wish. The Dreaming City this week is at a strong curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in Ria Silvia, and has the Dark Monastery mission for the next week. The Blind World features Taken Enemies and the Plague, Oinamina. The Ascendant challenge this week will be Orobora, which can be located over in the Filian's Rest Lost sector. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is in the Deep. The Trove Guardian is located in the Hellmouth, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Zortor in Sorrow's Harbour. Nightmare hunts Tanix, Isolation, Zydron, Servitude, and Ghoul, Rage. On Europa this week, Praxis the Technocrat will be the Empire Hunt, Cadmus Ridge will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Safeguard. Days of Eternity legendary rounds are Hive, Fallen, and Valister Arc. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Lycan armor set will be available in Days of Eternity with Weapon Set 3, Chroma Rush, Ignition Code, Grid Skipper, Farewell, Sonja's Tale, Shattered Cipher, Main Ingredient, Long Shadow, Last Dance, Toil and Trouble, Wishbringer, and Last Perdition. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Ritual, Altar of Reflection's Choice, and Altar of Reflection's Insight. The Lightfall weekly mission is Breakneck, the Partition mission will be Hard Reset, and the Vex incursion this week will be Liming Harbour. The Crota's End raid challenge this week is the second encounter, Cross the Bridge, called Precarious Balance. The Root of Nightmares raid challenge this week is the third encounter, Macrocosm, called Cosmic Equilibrium. The Kingsfall raid challenge this week is the first encounter, Totems, called The Grass is Always Greener. The Vow the Disciple challenge this week is the fourth encounter, Rok, called Looping Catalyst. The Deepstone Crypt challenge this week is the second encounter, Atrax 1, called Copies of Copies. The Gun of Salvation challenge this week is the second encounter, Spider Fence, called A Link to the Chain. And the Last Wish challenge this week is the first encounter, Kali, called Summoning Ritual. The Pinnacle raid will be the Vault of Glass over in the Legends tab, which means all challenges will be available for each encounter, with the exotic fusion rifle Vex Mythoclast being farmable from the final boss. The Pinnacle dungeon will be the Shattered Throne over on the Dreaming City, and our exotic mission rotator will be Operation Ceres Shield, with the Revision Zero exotic pulse rifle being the main reward. The Season of the Ceres weapon set, and Ikelos weapon set, with the Warman's Avatar armor set. This week's challenges are Wish Seeker 4, Wishing Well, Foes of the Dragon Vex, Gotta Win Them All, Grandmaster, and One Hidden Challenge. Lost Sectors, Tuesday the Quarry on the EDZ for exotic helmets, Wednesday Aphelios Rest on the Dreaming City for exotic boots, Thursday Battleground Wishes on the Dreaming City for exotic gauntlets, Friday, Chamber of Starlight on the Dreaming City for exotic chests. Saturday, Perdition on Europa for exotic helmets. Sunday, Bunker E15 on Europa for exotic boots. And Monday, Concealed Void on Europa for exotic gauntlets. Also, this week's weapon rotation will start on set 2 on Tuesday's reset. Our fourth featured Nightfall will see us face off against Grask in the reprised Lake of Shadows over on the EDZ. The 6v6 control node will feature Checkmate Control, Supremacy in the Party Relentless playlist, Showdown in the 3v3 playlist, and a Relic in Crucible Labs, with Trials of Osiris at the weekend. As well as the Grandmasters going live this week, we will also have bonus Vanguard ranks and double Nightfall rewards. Plus, we should also have access to the exotic mission for this season called Starcrossed, where you can obtain and craft the new Strand exotic bow Wishkeeper. This week also sees Destiny's Christmas holiday event The Dawning continue. And that's it for the fourth week of Season of the Wish.
So, Fireteam Finder's up, sort of, in beta form. Have you used it? Because I know I haven't.
Yeah, no, again, like I was thinking about again this week, going, if I can't find a good coil group, maybe that's the way to do it. Just go, I don't need to talk to you. We don't need to become lifelong friends. I just want a competent, team to run through this with. Like, I do want to try it at some point, but again, that involves, just like I hear Respawn yelling in my ear, you could get through the raids if you just, I know I could.
Yeah.
It's setting aside the time to do it and a competent group. And those are two things that are hard to find. So I like again, of all the 100 IO bots and all the ways to fire team find, like we are absolutely in no, not knowing how is no excuse at this point. Yeah.
There's no shortage of people that would help take you through. It is just a time factor.
Exactly. And going, not being able to go, hey, Tuesday night, I can schedule this. Going, hey, I find myself with time. Let's see what I can do right now. And that's sort of the situation I find myself in, going, hey, I've got 2 or 3 unexpected hours. I could go do a thing, but that involves collecting my 5 best friends to go do it with me, or at least 5 suckers we can go have a good time with. Yeah. So, I mean, again, like it's a good move putting in the game. It's nice to see that they're like, hey, this is working. People are finding success, especially with like the dungeons and stuff. Or just, hey, I'm going to go run Iron Banner with people. Let's just go run as a team, win, lose, draw, whatever. But it's just more fun than doing this alone.
I did have a quick look at it today, and I was like flicking through the different tabs. It looks very, very professional. It looks like a lot better than some of the other LFG groups that it looks even better than their own app, LFG, their Fireteam app on the phone or the tablet. So it's a lot more kind of structure to it. And it's and I did what you did. I went in, I clicked, anybody for Gambit? Nope, no one here. Back out. Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, I do appreciate where it is like really split up by, okay, go into the Finder, do you want to make a team or look for a team? And then what do you want to do? Here's all the activities laid out in front of you. It's like, great. I like that structure versus just going, I want to do a group. It's for Destiny. Here's anything that's possible. Like, no, let me go narrow this down by the thing I actually want to do.
Yeah.
And I think people who are, who want to go play Gambit or, run Iron Banner as a group, or just say, let's go play some Crucible 6s. I want to go try out weapons, or I just want to go not play alone. Let's go do this. I think that'll help. As good as the other groups are, they're not in the game and you have to know about them. So sort of like I was snarky on, get to your Vault from Orbit that I've now used like 5 or 6 times and enjoyed being in the game. Building it into the game is a good experience. So props to Bungie for, getting us there.
But they are going to leave it on, apparently, so we do get to kind of utilize it for the next, until they decide to turn it off, I guess. Did they say that they're going to... I don't think they've actually said when they're going to turn it off, but they're just going to leave the beta thing on for a little bit longer, it says, so...
I mean, Guided Games was in beta for, the better half of a century, so... beta means we're going to keep this on until we have a reason to turn it off because something is breaking, so... Yeah, I mean, if it's working, it's working. I mean, like they said, some stats, people who are using it have, 43% of those have gotten through dungeons, 26% through raids, 20% of people are just using it for free roam. Just, hey, I want to go run around and complete bounties and find a buddy to do it with.
Yeah. The Lost Sector completion rate by Fireteam is quite funny because I've never thought about doing...
Right.
Unless it's with one of you guys, like, let's go and get some materials or something, but then Fireteam Finder for Lost Sectors is a thing.
Yeah, I'm really curious because they have like the completion rates, but I'm wondering, it's like like are a lot of people doing that? Like are you know, yeah, like I'm sort of like you. Like I never would have thought about using it in that way. I mean, yeah, like maybe if you just want to get through it, or if you're like, hey, let's go do a legendary one. I don't care about the exotic. Maybe A, I'm farming for the weapons that are now available, or B, hey, I've just never been through them before. Let me go, you know, let me go knock them out because I think like there's the triumph for doing the legend and the master version of each lost sector. So maybe it's just, hey, I want to work on knocking these out, but I don't need to do it solo. Let's go, you know, find a group and do it with. Yeah, it's interesting. I never thought about doing that, but hey, people are doing it and having good success with it, so that's good.
Yeah. So, a year of giving. So, Bungie, as they head into the holiday season and close out 2023, they wanted to take a moment to celebrate and thank all of us, all the good that the community has helped bring into the world. So, to date, your generous support has helped us raise 3.2 million this year. This money has already been put to work helping communities to change lives around the globe. The real-world impacts include over 730,000 raised for the combined relief and recovery efforts in Turkey and Syria after the devastating February earthquake, and in Maui when in August the wildfires left the island in ruins. So 47 wishes granted for Make-A-Wish so far this season, and 3 new partner organisations on board into the Little Light programs, bringing our total to 14 across the globe. And with that, you get a thank you from Nola North, who plays the Ghost. So...
And Drifter and yeah, this thank you video I actually watched was really nice. It's a whole bunch of different people, you know, Mara Janot, who voices Ikora, Nola North, the guy who does the Drifter, whose voice I can't remember, but yeah, just a nice little thank you video from a bunch of the, you know, Destiny voice actors.
Yeah,
the guy who does Xur, just a nice little thank you video from them in their voices. So. At times, because yeah, I mean, you know, and we always try to highlight when Bungie does these, you know, charitable things, because, you know, taking a bunch of gamers and pointing them in a good direction, saying we are mighty, we have money, we can go help things. It's nice to be part of that bigger effort. That's, you know, you can have a much bigger impact than anything you could do on your own. So it's always, I always try to, if I can, you know, contribute some money towards these various efforts, and it feels good to know you're helping, whether it's the Game to Give or the, you know, relief efforts on different things happening around the world. But it's just nice that Bungie has that focus, and I'm hoping with all of the Bungie-ness going on and all the layoffs and everything else, that hopefully this is not something they're going to step back from. But it doesn't seem like it. It seems like they're, you know, still focused on that.
Yeah, because they said that they're going to set their sights in 2024 with kicking off the new year with Game to Give celebrating its 5th anniversary from January 18th to February 4th, 2024. So be sure to follow at Bungie Love for updates over the coming weeks, because we're not going to have a TWAB for the next couple of weeks, 4 weeks, a whole month. This is like unheard of, isn't it? Like, I think last year we went 3 weeks, and the previous couple of years we've had 2 no TWABs. I think they've always had a couple of weeks off, but this year 4 weeks off, no TWAB. There'll still be some information, obviously, but yeah.
Information, limited bug fixes. So if it's broken in the game and you know about it, but it's a secret, keep it a secret and enjoy it. If it's broken in the game and hurting people, they'll probably push a little patch out.
Yeah. So wrapping up 2023, the year is coming quickly to a close, and they wanted to take a moment to look back at 2023 and our collective accomplishments. They've got some fun stats that we can have a look at. So the crafting, there were 2.8 million weapons crafted during the crafting, of which 559,000 were Omit's AR2. So this was, if you weren't around, this was when the game went completely bonkers and you could craft whatever weapon you wanted with whatever perk you wanted. You could have a rocket shotgun, you could have an auto rifle, grenade launcher. There was just madness. There was a bug in the game, which a lot of people kind of took the effort to go and craft various different things. It was a funny and fantastic couple of... It was definitely a couple of weeks, wasn't it, before they could kind of get a handle on it. And poor old Crota suffered very badly within the first kind of week or so.
As did anyone trying to go into trials without one of these weapons, because it was I basically imagine this is what it's like trying to play trials or PvP with actual cheaters going in, and just all of a sudden there's light and then you're dead and you don't know what happened.
So for Crota's End, a 16.4 million attempted by 1.1 million Guardians. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 16.4 million attempts by 1.1 million Guardians. 6.2 million clears by 690,000 Guardians. Route of Nightmares, 28.7 attempts by 1.6 million Guardians. And 14.8 million clears by 1.2 million Guardians. Warlord's Ruin, our latest dungeon, 4.9 million attempts by 687,000 Guardians, and 2 million clears by 528,000 Guardians. And Ghost of the Deep, our previous dungeon, 19.8 million attempts by 1.3 million Guardians, and 8.4 million clears by 1.1 million Guardians. That's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of clears by a lot of Guardians. Good job, Guardians.
I feel that they could have added a few more kind of stats in there. I'm sure there was other things that we've done this season that we went, hang on, we'd like to know the stats on that. Guardian Games, that there were some stats there. You have missed them out again.
Nope. There's no stats. There's no bet that's hinging on statistics we're never going to receive. I don't know what you're talking about.
We want to know who won in the PvP land. Why? Why have we not known this? We want to know who won out of Warlocks versus Titans versus Hunters. We want to know. Just never mind.
Have you, out of curiosity, looked at your year in review on Xbox yet?
No.
There is a year in review that did not come through email. So I just DM'd you the link. It's basically xbox.com/your language/year in review. Or if you're curious about what your own stats, I know I've seen people posting their like PlayStation ones, and I think Steam has done like a, basically the Spotify Wrapped of, hey, what'd you do this year? So Xbox, of course, has gotten into the fun and did the same thing, and they're like, here's your year in review of what you've done. So apparently, I played 13 total games through the course of this year. Who knew? I topped out in March. It's been downhill since then. 630 total hours. And 215 gamer score, because really, we're not here for the gamer score. We're here to play games and have fun. So I'm in the top 10% of players for hours played with my 630 hours.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel something. 576 of those 630 hours were in Destiny 2, which is I'm in the top 5% of active players in that game. Number 2 is Don't Starve Together Console Edition, where I have 36 hours. So 576 to 36. Still put me in the top 10% for that game. And then apparently I spent 7 hours on Minecraft, and that's my number 3 game. So when I tell you I don't play a lot of games, it's pretty much all Destiny. So I'm really curious, and since it's just you and me, and nobody else will hear this, just you and me. How is your? And I'm also curious to see if this is your gaming or you, the collective of Night Demons family gaming. Because basically, I want to see where Minecraft ends up on this list, or Fortnite potentially.
Yeah, a total time of 777 hours. Wow, that's cool. Apparently,
Very bunchy of you.
32 games. Don't know where they've come from. And top gameplay month is March. 80% is shooters, 16% is action adventure, 3% is simulator, and 1% is role playing. I don't know where you're getting these stats from. Top 10% of players, yes. Destiny, 612 hours in the top 5% of this game's most achieved active players. 84 hours of Minecraft. My children have played way too much. And number 3 is Roblox with 31 hours.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Those are the only 3. It doesn't go down any more than that. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Just because of your top 3, I did notice because it does have like at the top under your like total highlights where it breaks down. Yeah, I played 91% shooters, 8% action and adventure, and 1% simulation. I noticed that the game is like sliding by.
Yes.
But you can see the top 3, but there's nothing else. Like, yes, like I launched Valheim for half a minute. I played Stranded Deep for like an afternoon. I'm looking at these games like, yeah, there was that like couple afternoons I played Fall Guys. I'm like, yes, I did play these, but it was like a day or like an afternoon, or I downloaded this to try and that was it. So,
yeah, I mean, I've got The Witcher on there, Witcher 3. That would be my wife with my sign in the background. Slime Rancher, that would be one of the kids. Plants vs. Zombies, Modern Warfare, that would be like Garden Warfare. Sorry, not Modern Warfare. That'd be the kids. Redfall, that wasn't me. Minecraft Preview wasn't me. House Flipper definitely wasn't me. Minecraft wasn't me. Slime Rancher 2 wasn't me. Among Us could have been me. Fall Guys could have been me because they had the crossover with Destiny. Fortnite could again been me messing about with the Destiny stuff. Mortal Kombat 11 is my son playing. Sims 4 is my daughter playing. Gears 5, yeah, I'll give them that. I've played that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Destiny all the way.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. It's always interesting to go back and say, this is my perception of my year, but how did the numbers shake out? It's like, yeah, that seems about right. You played the game that you're hopelessly addicted to, and then dabbled in some other things. Yeah. I was just like, oh, this is not an email. He might have this one. There's no chance for it to be intercepted and deleted.
So we've got another Prime Gaming loot drop for this month from December 13th until January 3rd. So you've got a couple of weeks to kind of grab this. We have the Baking Cookies exotic emote. Now, I'm sure I did see this one in the store again, but I could be wrong. The Winter Lotus shell, exotic ghost shell. So you can have that. If you've already got it, then you can have it again. The Cerulean Flash exotic dawning ship.
Yeah, Cerulean Flash.
There you
it's
go.
Blue.
And the portable warmth dawning themed legendary ghost projection. That's one I definitely haven't got.
That almost seems like one you may be legally obligated to have, because while it doesn't quite look like a cuppa with a little cookie in it, but it might just, I can't tell if it's hot chocolate with foam or whipped cream on the top with a a straw
Yeah, I
sticking
think it's
out.
hot chocolate. Yeah.
Okay, we'll let you off the hook this time. I thought it might be tea themed, but not quite.
No, we haven't got to tea yet.
No Highlander shader in here though, so you're off the hook or disappointed depending. And we did have a little update this week, just a little one though.
Go on, tell us about the update.
We did on December 12th. We had our 7.303 update. There was that issue where the Master and Solo Flawless Triumphs were giving the wrong rewards in your Warlord's Ruin. Your rewards will no longer be ruined because they fixed those things, so you should now get the proper rewards. So, sorry if you ran it Solo Flawless and didn't get what you were expecting. Whoops. Riven's Lair, they fixed an issue where the players on the polysemi step of the quest can't launch or join the activity with players that have already completed it. So it basically kind of forced you to do it solo unless you had a buddy who had not run it yet either. So that's been fixed now. So you should actually be able to join people on that step of the mission. And also they fixed an issue where some chests cannot be opened at the end of the activity if the player opens an armor or weapon chest before the wish room. And which can prevent some triumphs from being completed. So 2 Riven's Lair fixes. In the helm, we have an issue where some spaces were visible outside of the front helm windows that now they aren't visible, I guess. Blindwell fixed an issue where the Oracle, or the offering to the Oracle, could not be turned in at the Oracle engine. Seems like an issue there. In the Crucible, they fixed the issue where the Belisarius D was not awarded upon completing Crucible Competitive Placement Challenge. Also, your Dragon's Bite artifact perk was unintentionally working in PvP, and they've updated the target scoring countdown rush to 4. For your armor, we talked about it last week, but they basically changed what equipping the multiple copies of your armor mods do for heavy-handed, firepower, and Reaper, now decreasing their orb creation cooldown. So if you have 1 copy of the mod, it'll be a 10-second cooldown, 2 copies a 5-second cooldown, and 3 copies give you a single second cooldown. So more is better. The Dragon's Bite artifact perk was triggering if player's shield breaks in the Crucible, which they again fixed both in here and in Crucible. It's important to list that twice. They fixed the issue where the Wish into Being artifact perk. Sorry, they fixed an issue causing the Wish into Being artifact perk to trigger when the player's super energy was full. They also fixed an issue that caused the perk to be triggered by unpowered melees and destroying stasis crystals. Fixed an issue where the Calamity Rig vest cost legendary shards instead of Glimmer because it's Gambit, and who can be bothered to look at Gambit? I think it's a Gambit armor set, the Calamity Rig. Maybe just from Titan. I can't remember now. Artifact mods, they fixed an issue where Wish into Being was being triggered still. Okay. Wish into Being. Lots of issues. Fixed them all. We've listed it 3 times now. We're good. Just to be clear, the Wish into Being triggered when your super is full, unpowered melee stasis crystals, fixed it. fixed at all. It's really fixed. So if it's not fixed, you know where to complain to, because it should now be fixed. They did also reduce the cost of your legendary decoding at ritual vendors. Your Crucible, Gambit, and Vanguard ones now cost you 3 ritual engrams each. Nightfall weapons that have not been previously acquired will cost you 5 Vanguard engrams. Nightfall weapons which have been previously acquired will cost you 3 Vanguard engrams. In the Fireteam Finder, they fix an issue where browsing through the Finder can lead the game to crash. So that's not ideal. And checkpoints were not being respected once summoned via a Fireteam Finder. That's now been fixed. So if you have a checkpoint and you Fireteam Find, now you can bring your Fireteam to that checkpoint you believe you have. And finally, the issue where the City I Wish built Week 1 challenge was not giving proper progression. Now it's giving proper progression. We really, really fixed the issue with the unpowered. I'm like, did you put this in here 3 times? You sure did. Hey, better. They're just like, more is better. We're all leaving for a vacation. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Just put it in there.
It's a short week. Just
get
put
the
it in there a
patch out the
couple of
door.
times.
It'll
Yeah.
be good. There's some issues. They also updated the text chat filtering. Earlier this month, they did the text chat filtering. It wasn't working great in some languages. There's a whole FAQ about it. Some of us forget text chat even exists until they get a text chat from someone going, oh, right, that's a thing you could do. So there's an FAQ if you've got questions about text chat and its filtering. You can go read those. We told you what they fixed. Really, really what they fixed. And now I'll tell you what's broken. Purchasing Riven's gift and Riven's lair while other players activate the portal results in an extremely loud noise. So I did see a Bungie help tweet about this earlier in the week. It was similar to, I can't remember the last act. I can't remember if it was during the Witch Queen missions. There was something where it could play like an extremely loud noise.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember what the activity was, but it was basically like, this is like dangerously loud. So they're like, we're aware of it. We're working on a fix for it. It should be out soon. But just sort of be aware that this can be very, very loud. So maybe if you're doing Riven Slayer, don't play with your headphones on. I don't know. But just be aware that that's a thing that can happen. Defeating Broken Knights too quickly in the Warlord's Ruin may result in players being blocked from progressing in the encounter. So just give the Knights a minute. The health of the bubble generated by the Edge of Action glaive is lower than intended. The Warlord's Ruin Solo Flawless Completions tracker uses the incorrect dungeon name in the description, which at least complete your, track your completion one would help. Your Gunsmith engrams acquired by players do not appear in the engram tracker. So you have to go to the Gunsmith and just see what the number is above his head. Finding Fireteam appears on the Friends Invite inspection screen even if not using the Fireteam Finder. Text characters in the Fireteam Finder chat may appear individually spaced out. And the Coil 100,000 point weekly challenge may not successfully reset weekly. So there you go. Those are the things that are broken. And again, other than the extremely loud noise when purchasing Riven's gifts in the lair, while other players activate the portals, the rest of that I wouldn't expect to be fixed, but they did say they are working on a fix for this because it is a very, very loud noise that it plays, and that's just not good.
Yeah.
Night Demon.
Yes.
We don't have a movie of the week. This is just a tribute. So they have a tribute to Destiny movie of the week. And then some art of the week. Because, this isn't that. It's only a tribute. For every rose is a thorn. And, they're going to go on holiday. We're going to go on holiday. Except we're not really going on holiday because we'll be back this week, next week, every week. It does say, we, Bungie, aren't going to be radio silent. And we'll definitely still be around. But our D2 team account will likely be quieter, over than the past 2 weeks, or the past few weeks. And it's been a lot of ups and downs. Yeah, it sure has. And they're wishing us a happy holidays, and until next time, from the Destiny 2 community team. and we have no report this week from Respawn or from anyone else, because really, that was kind of the report of, hey, we fixed a patch, we broke a thing, there's a very loud noise we're working on. And everybody else is just moaning about the dawning. So, Do you have some videos for us? Either moaning about the dawning or not moaning about the dawning?
Well, I have some videos to help you in the dawning. So, as I said, Cheese Forever, with his fast farm glitch for the dawning essence, has reared its head this year. And also one from Ibontis going over how how the Dawning works, basically. So if you're not familiar with how the Dawning works, Bontis has got a foolproof guide for you to do that. So there you go.
Excellent. I do, even though I've played this year after year, I do appreciate the refresher, because sometimes I run around wondering, going, am I missing something? Should I be wearing a special hat? Should I be putting on an emblem? Should I be doing something? Even if it's not a requirement, could I make this a little bit better? So I do always appreciate a refresher of just, here's how this should work. Here's the thing you've forgotten since you did this a year ago.
Bontis also has the week 3 guide of the Star Cats, if you're still searching for your Star Cats. And I haven't gone back and checked to see, because I left one of the Star Cats from last week to see if I can go back this week to go and get it. I haven't been back yet to see if I can get it, but I will try and give you guys an update at some point to say, yes, it doesn't matter when they are, as long as they're kind of released in whatever week, you can go back and collect them, because I want to let people know.
Yeah. I would imagine they should, because that's all the other Penguins and other collectibles have been, but you never know with Bungie. It's good to
No,
check.
you never know when they're going to say, oh, you have to do X, Y, and Z in these weeks. A bit like the Dreaming City curse, that you had to get the certain chests in the certain weeks, and it's like, oh, okay. You never know. But apart from that, I mean, there's, as you said, there's been a lot of moaning. Go visit Xur, because apparently Xur has a really cool high stat roll for the Hunters this week. For I can't remember the name of the gauntlets.
Liar's Handshake.
Liar's Handshake. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a good roll for the Armamentarium too. Both of those rolls have double 20s.
Yeah, we've got the exotic mission coming up this week that we're not going to talk about because we kind of talked about it last week. But hopefully that should go live in game on Tuesday, along with the GMs going live, and it's going to be double loot drops in the Nightfalls and bonus ranks in like the Strike playlist and Nightfalls, I guess. So good stuff for next week, leading you into Christmas if you've got nothing else to do apart from play the game, which would be my ideal week, but I'm sure my wife has other plans for me.
That does sound really nice. Can I sign up for that too? That sounds like a really nice week.
Yeah,
but also, no, not so much. Well, I think that's it, because I have a lot of YouTube tabs open, and I have a lot of podcasts, filling my podcast player.
Yeah,
but I've not gotten to enjoy most of those. Which again, I'm hoping on my week of travels and air flights should hopefully have some time to listen and read and enjoy some of those things. But until then, I think until we do our super secret recording later on, that the good people for Christmas will get to enjoy around Christmas.
Yeah.
I think I need to take a moment and say thank you to all of our lovely Patreons who have patroned us through this year. Zep Orbit and K4, who cannot be threatened with good times. The T-Rex King, Scarlet Cam, BHS Nightcrawler, Mellow Mally, and Dedicated Wham 64, the best otter dance troupe anyone could hope for. Carver 2782, Golden God 1562, We Noble, or Noble, depending how he likes to be. Basically Salt, basically NACL, Zombie Pops, Renard Calant, and Fire Squad 1688. The best grenade throwers around, because why does the otter dance troupe dance? Because of the grenades. They've taken Shax's words to heart. And finally, Deacon Still, hard to work on her day one raid team of Dimwee, Gravy Jeff, and PP Pipe. That no, you've not been hacked. Discord was just having issues last night, so the only Discord server up was ours. Everybody else's was offline. Because, if you grease the right palms, you can remain online forever and ever at the end of days. And I just want to say just thank you to everyone who is a patron, has been a patron, who's thought about being a patron. It's really cool for us to sit here in our various houses speaking into our microphones about this video game every week. And it's cool for those of you who are like, hey, we appreciate you. Here's some dollars. We appreciate you. Here's some pounds. Here's some yen. Here's some whatever. It's cool to do a thing that people appreciate. And just thank you for everyone who's listened this year. Thank you for everyone who's donated, thought about donating. The charity event we did where we drug a saxophone playing little demon through Volta Glass. That was good fun. It just, we've got to do some cool things, and this has been, is, and continues to be a lot of fun to do. I don't want this to sound like this is the end of anything. This is not the end of anything. Just like,
you're getting worried now. There's a lot of podcasts saying, oh, this is, we're coming to the end of it. And I'm like, hang on a minute. This is something you're going to surprise on me at the end.
No. This is not the end. Nothing is over. Despite
Okay.
what all of our wives would really kind of hope and dream would happen, I think, when they said, "Oh, go find a hobby." They didn't mean podcast for 5 years about a video game, but here we are. But no, I mean, it's sort of like the end of the year and just thinking about, where we started this year, where we are now. And it's very cool to do what we do. And, we're not going anywhere. Like the heat death of the universe will happen. Then Destiny will go offline. Then we'll stop recording. Like we're here until the end, whatever the end is. And maybe that's when we become the Marathon podcast or the Lego Fortnite podcast, which, man, there are some people playing some Lego Fortnite this week based on my my YouTube subs. Yeah, but no, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who listens, and we appreciate you, all of our random guests, invited and invited and uninvited.
Yeah.
It's always fun. We truly never really know what this show is going to be each week until the show wraps, and we go, well, that was certainly a thing we did.
Yeah. There's some weeks are just like this week is like, yeah, there's going to be a show and we're going to talk about Destiny, and that's it. That's the outline for the entire show, and always is. But yeah, I'd like to echo those sentiments about thanking everybody for kind of listening to us, even if you hated us, if you kind of caught us and you decided, not for me. I'd like to thank those people as well. Those people that have commented on the YouTubes, in any other kind of forums, on our Discord. Thank you for kind of any kind of feedback, because it's all welcome. It keeps us going that, we're actually interacting with you guys and providing something for you to kind of interact with and either have fun or not have fun with. It's, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just nice to know we're not just sitting here talking to ourselves and nobody else.
Well, it kind of validates to our partners that there are other people that are crazy enough to listen to us. So, yeah.
Yeah. And we thank you, maybe most of all, for that.
So, if you do have any questions that are maybe Destiny related or not Destiny related, get them into us in the next couple of weeks, because for our Christmas and New Year shows, we will kind of do an Ask Me Anything kind of thing. We have got a couple of questions already lined up. If you don't provide us with any questions, I will provide as many questions as possible to the group. They will just be random questions, probably, and we will just talk nonsense for at least one of the episodes. It could be a 20-minute episode. It could be 20 hours. So you never know what you're going to get. But I can tell you what you're going to get is a nice surprise on Christmas Day, because we've got something really special lined up for you that will be there as a Christmas bundle on Christmas Day. So if you don't want to do anything Christmassy, you can always listen to us, because it's going to be something.
It is going to be something. And now I think what it's going to be is me saying thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Parody and Night Demon. Your hunter is No One Responds in real life. We are on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Basically anywhere you can type into a search box 2 Titans and a Hunter, we're there. Audible, Spotify, YouTube. If there's a way to get a podcast, we will get it to you. If you're wondering about the show notes that we talk about sometimes, 2titansandahunter.com. That's where all the show notes live. They should also be in your lovely podcast player of choice, but I know some of them don't handle it so well. And we give you all the links. And I mean all of the links. So if you're sitting here going, didn't they tell me about that cool thing? Or didn't I even mention that awesome video? 2titansandahunter.com. Every episode we've done, all of the show notes, all the links are there. And if you want to join the Auto Dance Group, threaten us with a good time, throw more grenades, head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/TTAH. If you want to have a little more casual encounter, buy us a coffee, keep us warm in these cold winter months. That's ko-fi.com/2titansandahunter. And if you like the thrill of live action, spicy language, and oftentimes a live recording of the show, but not this evening, not for Christmas, twitch.tv/no-one-respawns in real life. Go there, subscribe, hit the bell. You will know when the man goes live, and then you will have all of the information. And if you want to see when the lovely British gentleman broadcasts, who even knows? Who knows what the man will get up to? Twitch.tv/2titansandahunter. Go there, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you will know. And really, you should just go to our YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/ type in 2titansandahunter. Subscribe and hit the bell. Don't hit the bell. YouTube will do what it wants as far as notifications goes, but it will give you every live version of the show, every video of what Ada has for you, what you can expect in the Eververse store this week, next week what, just anything upcoming in the game, basically what Bungie should be telling you, Night Demon will tell you. And then you will be informed to say, here's where I need to go, here's where I need to go buy, here's where I need to go play this week. And then you should listen to us each and every week, because we have all of the information. And I mean all of it. Much to the chagrin of our various partners. And until next week, where we have for you a lovely top secret episode. Goodbye, Night Demon.
Goodbye, Parody.
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
But yeah. So the first half of the show I was muted, and that was fun.
Well, not for us. You weren't muted.
No.
So you muted yourself for your stream.
Yeah. A little bit.
Not enough subs. If you want to be heard on Respawn stream, you're going to have to subscribe. This is a new subscriber-only feature he's starting for 2024. Or you can pay double to keep him muted for 2024, and then you just get the audio in the podcast version, and not.
There you go. Just the two of you. They get to listen to you and watch me play. Is how that goes down.
If you want to hear Respawn, it's one price. If you want to not hear Respawn, it's a different price.
I don't know if you were talking to Demon and Parody, but we can only hear you. What the hell? No, they can't hear you. Oh my god, man!
Why
So-
is it every week you push a button? You've got too many buttons in front of you. This is what happens. We give you control of something and you've pushed a button every week.